Thanks for joining me as I get the dirt on how to determine how much vitamin C is in each juice. I know you clicked this video expecting to get the dirt on dog diggers, and you will. There is a connection, so keep watching, so you can get the dirt. I have several jars with juice. I've already started the experiment, but you can help me finish. In each of these cups is an iodine water mixture. Iodine is an element. What's an element? An element is a pure substance that is made from a single type of atom. Elements are the building blocks of all the rest of the matter in the world. Elements include iron, oxygen, hydrogen, gold, helium, and more. Now before I go too far down or discovering interesting reading trails by answering, what is an atom? What's an electron? What is a nucleus? I'll just give you a breadcrumb and tell you to get the dirt in the 546 section of the library. Let's test how much vitamin C is in each juice. Number 1, you need a grown-up. Number 2, don't drink any of these liquids. For more information about kitchen science, look at the 507 section of your library. So I have an iodine water substance, and this is straight juice from the orange. So no water added, nothing, it's just squeeze the orange and out comes the juice. I'm going to put in 5 milliliters. I'm going to stir. Now you can see that didn't help it color very well. So the next one is, this is orange juice, the kind of juice that you would get in a jug at Walmart or something, that you would drink. Right, I'm going to put that in. You can tell that this had a lot more vitamin C because look at the lighter color in the iodine. And this is a packet that you can get at the store. It's just a normal lemon packet of, right? I'm going to pour that in. Alright, now I'm going to put in 5 more. See, because you can look that this has the most vitamin C, this is the second, and this has the least. Now I'm going to put in 5 more of these, 5 more milliliters. So altogether, that's a total of 10 milliliters. Can you tell which one has the most vitamin C in it? It's not perfect, but you can tell that these packets don't have a lot of vitamin C, and the orange juice that you get at the store has quite a bit of vitamin C because look how light it is colored. These are old oranges, so maybe fresh oranges would have more vitamin C. It's not a perfect experiment, but it does show you how you can test the vitamin C in your foods with iodine. I know it's hard to wait to get to the library to get the dirt, or maybe your library hasn't opened yet. Never fear. You can always order library books from the comfort of your home or anywhere. You can get an internet connection. Our family gets the dirt from the library by ordering books anytime in an I.R.T. interesting reading trip strikes us. How can you get the dirt from your library online? There are several ways. Individual library systems commands vary, but the general procedure is click Order Online from your regional library site. Another is to click Order Online from your local library's website. Have your library card ready. You don't have a library card? Order that online as well. Free. Find the books you want by filling in the box and clicking Search. When you find the book you want, click Request. To make sure the book ends up at your library, click My Library and then click the library that is the library that you're going to pick up your items from. You get a message that your items are ready to pick up. And your librarian will have them ready for you. This service is free and has been, and will be available for years. A United States veteran gave us some great words of advice. Your library card is your $1 million education. He's right. You can learn so much when you get the dirt at your local library. I know our family has. Now, where were we? Yes, iodine, water, and vitamin C. When I was reading today's books on dog diggers, one of my I.R.Ts led me to remember a trick of how to magically turn dirty water clean. Watch. See, I have clean water right here. And this is very dirty water. I mean, it even stinks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the dirty water into the clean water. And I need you to watch and tell me what happens. Isn't that so cool? How the dirty water just magically turned clean? How did I do that? And remember, only do experiments with a grown-up and never drink the experiments. Well, normally a magician never reveals his tricks, but in this case, besides all, magic tricks are just that, tricks, and many magic tricks are based on science. Get the dirt in the 507 section of your library. With some creative flair, you'll be turning science experiments into magic tricks in no time. Here's the trick. Well, not really a trick, more of a natural occurrence, made to look like a trick. The short answer is iodine likes vitamin C's electrons. Put a few drops of iodine in water. So I put some iodine in the cup, and I'm going to get this jug of water. I'm going to put some water in it, so it's watered down iodine now. Now I'm going to need another cup for my vitamin C mixture. Alright, I have that. And now I'm stirring it. The vitamin C, it's a vitamin, so you can get them in little tablets. So I have vitamin C powder that I'm going to put in this cup. And then I'm going to put more water in it. And I am going to stir the cup of vitamin C water mixture. The more vitamin C, the more it shares, the quicker iodine can disappear. So if you put more vitamin C in here, the iodine will disappear much quicker. So now I'm going to do the experiment again while you know the trick. So here I have the vitamin C water. Here's the iodine water. Like again, I'm just going to pour it in there. Isn't science so cool? Like rainbow fish shares one scale, vitamin C shares one electron with iodine every time. Before I get the dirt on the rest of my vitamin C experiment, let's get the dirt on those dog diggers. My first book is called Harry the Dirty Dog. While this book could be written about a very clever dog, it is a fiction book and is part of a series written by Jean Zion. Now, so where would we find this book in the library? Yes, E for easy, under Z for Zion. Harry the Dirty Dog. Harry was a white dog with black spots, who liked everything except getting a bath. So one day, when he heard the water running in the tub, he took his scrubbing brush and buried it in the backyard. Then, he ran away from home. He played where they were fixing the street and grew very dirty. He played at the railroad and got even dirtier. Can you find Harry in the picture? He's right there. He played tag with the other dogs and became dirtier still. Where's Harry? There he is. He slid down a coal chute and got the dirtiest of all. There's Harry. Fact, he changed from being a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots. Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought he had really run away. He felt tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran back home. When Harry got to his house, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, "There's a strange dog in the backyard. By the way, has anyone seen Harry?" When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show them that he was Harry. He started to do all of his old clever tricks. He flip-flopped, hop-flipped, rolled over, and played dead. He danced, he sang. He did these tricks over and over again. But everyone shook their head and said, "Oh no, it couldn't be Harry." Harry gave up and walked very slowly towards the gate, but suddenly he stopped. He ran to a corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. He found the scrubbing brush, and carrying it in his mouth, he ran into the house, up the stairs, and dashed with the family, following close behind. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up, begging, the scrubbing brush in his mouth. A trick was certainly he had never done before. "This doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl. And her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" Harry's bath was like the soapiest one he had ever had. It worked like magic. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, look, look, come quick." "It is Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry," they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very, very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and he became once again the white dog with black spots. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep in his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun it had been getting dirty. He'd slept so soundly, he didn't feel the scrubbing brush. He hid it under his pillow. So are you like Harry at bath time? I hope not. Baths can seem like a waste of time, but they are important for staying healthy. Did you get the connection between my vitamin C and iodine trick and Harry the dirty dog? Harry was a black dog with white spots, turned into a white dog with black spots. I had black water and turned it into white water. Okay, maybe it's a stretch between the two, but you just never know where you end up when you get the dirt. Our next book is about a dog beginner, dog digger. Is an I can read it all by myself beginner book, full of rhyme, rhythm, and high-frequency words. The Diggingest Dog was written by Al Perkins and illustrated by Eric Durrani. That's right, Al Perkins and Eric Durrani wrote the book wrote and illustrated the book Hand, Hand, Fingers, Thumb. Good job remembering. That means you'll remember to find them under the E for easy section, under P for Perkins. You know how to get the dirt at your library. The Diggingest Dog. I was the saddest dog you could ever see. Sad because no one wanted me. The pet shop window was my jail. The sign behind me said, "For sale." I was tied to a bar, hard floor of stone. I could not even dig for a bone. I was living all my life alone, a dog that no one wanted to own. Then one day at 4:30, Sammy Brown came in the door. Sam took one look at me and cried, "Why are you tied up here inside?" I've always wanted a dog like you, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll take you out to the farm with me. You'll play outdoors where you should be. I felt as happy as a pup when Sam paid the man and picked me up. He rubbed my ears and scratched my head. "I think I'll call you Duke," he said. Sam gave me a collar. He gave me a lead. We left that shop at tremendous speed. We went a long way out of town. We came to the farm of Sammy Brown. It was the nicest place I'd ever seen, a pretty white house in a field of green. And in the house in the shade of the apple tree, a special doghouse just for me. The next morning, while Sam did his chores, he let me run and play outdoors. I'd never played outdoors before. I'd always lived on that hard floor. I'd never run on nice soft ground. Now I barked with joy as I ran around. Sam looked at me and scratched his head. "Duke, you need some friends," he said. He blew his whistle. He blew a blast, and many dogs came running fast. I'd never met a dog before. Now I was meeting 6 or more. They walked around and looked at me. They looked me over carefully. Then at last I heard them say, "He's one of us. He'll be okay." One dog, who wasn't very big, suddenly began to dig. The others started digging too, but that was something I could not do. I'd never learned to dig in that store. How could I, on that hard, cold stone floor? I wiggled to dig, but at last I couldn't. I wiggled my paws just wouldn't. I fell on my ear, I fell on my face, I fell on myself all over the place. The others said, "Duke may be big, but he's no good. He cannot dig." They stuck their noses in the air. They walked right away. They left me there. "I'll teach you, Duke," cried Sammy Brown. "I'll show you how to dig deep down." He crouched beside me with his hand. He crouched beside me. With his hand, he dug a hole in a pile of sand. I tried it too, but still I couldn't. I wiggled my paws just wouldn't. I'd never learned to dig in that store. Oh, how could I on that hard stone floor? Sammy sighed. I almost cried. My eyes and nose were full of dirt. My paws and claws and elbows hurt. I had a pain across my back. I knew I'd never get the knack. Sam felt sad and I felt bad. If only I could make him glad. We both knew I'd never get it right. Sam and I couldn't sleep that night. When the sun rose in the sky, I thought I'd give it one more try. I wiggled one paw. I saw it could. I wiggled the other. I saw it would. I could dig with my paws. I could dig with my claws. Felt no pain across my back. I knew at last I had the knack. Sammy Brown looked out at me. He saw me digging happily. Good for you, Duke. I knew it. You'd do it if you tried. So I dug further. I dug faster. I dug and dug to please my master. I dug up grass. I dug up weeds. I dug up daisies. I dug up seeds. I dug up fence. I dug up the gates. I dug up the garden of Mrs. Waits. I dug up the rooster. I dug up the hens. I dug up the sheep, the pigs, and the pens. I dug and dug. I couldn't stop. I dug up the barber in his shop. I dug up Mr. Rodney Thayer, sitting in the barber's chair. I dug out my way straight through the town. I dug a lot of buildings down. I was having so much fun. I dug up Highway 81. I came to a hill. I dug to the top, and all of a sudden, I had to stop. In front of me, looking down, there stood my master, Sammy Brown. Sam didn't smile or pat my head. He only glared at me and said, I'm sending you back to that animal store. They'll tie you to that hard stone floor, and you'll never, never dig anymore. I couldn't run, I couldn't hide. Dogs came at me from every side. And then suddenly I knew there was just one thing for me to do. I ran away from Sammy Down. I dug a hole that went straight down. I left him standing at the top. I dug and dug and didn't stop. How deep I dug I could not tell, but soon I found I'd dug a well. Mud and water up to my chin. What a fix! Now I was in. I started to sink. I started to yell. Help, I cried. Help, help, help. I could hear them above my head. I could hear every word they said. One dog growled, he wrecked our town. It serves him right. Just let him drown. But Sam cried, Duke, you've been bad. You've made me sad instead of glad. But we're not going to let you die. We'll get you out. At least we'll try. And then at last I heard him shout, maybe we can pull you out. Slowly, slowly down they came, each dog part of a lonely long dog chain. I reached up, touched a nose. I felt them lift me by my toes. Slowly, slowly, bit by bit, they dragged me up out of that pit. I thanked the dogs and Sammy Brown, and then I started back towards town. I knew I had to dig once more, fix things up as they were before. That's what I did. I dug back gates. I dug back the garden of Mrs. Thwaites. I dug back the roosters. I dug back the hens. I dug back all the pigs in their pens. I dug all day in the summer sun. I dug back Highway 81. I dug back everything in town, everything that I'd knocked down. Today when I dig well. Be careful now. I'm useful too. Sam lets me plow. He'll never send me to that store. Tie me up on a hard stone floor. My dog friends watch and wonder why they can't dig as well as I. Do you want to know a secret I found out about one of our librarians? She has a dog like Duke, but the opposite. Duke in the story had to find a way to use his energy to dig and be helpful. Our librarian's dog really did dig her gardens when she said dig. But then her dog started to use his energy in some not-so-helpful ways. Did you ever have the energy you needed to burn? I hope you can find ways to burn your energy by being helpful, like Duke. Our last book is a nonfiction book, but when you see it, hear it, read, you may think it's fiction, but it's not. It's listed early readers, R-E-D, Redmond. You use the first 3 letters. Because this is a nonfiction book, was written with simple language and beginner words so that youngest of readers can read about this amazing duo. The part of the book before the story is called the front matter. If we look at the bottom of the copyright page, we find more specific information about the book. Among other things, it tells us that the book is juvenile, literature, and biography. The dog that dug for dinosaur bones. A long, long time ago, there was a little duck named Trey. He was black and white all over. He had friendly brown eyes and a very wiggly tail. Trey lived in England. Trey was a real dog, and this is an Odyssey true story about him. Trey loved 2 things most in the whole world. First, he loved Mary Ann Annie. She was 12 years old and lived with her family in a small cottage near the beach. Secondly, Trey loved going with Mary and to dig for fossils. So what are fossils anyways? They are the remains of animals who died a long time ago. When a leaf or bone gets pressed between layers of mud, it leaves an imprint. After many, many years, the mud hardens to rock. Trey and Mary Ann knew that they would find the very best fossils high up on the cliffs around the beach. They climbed up every day. Trey sniffed the rocks. He pulled the dirt. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Mary Ann used a small hammer and chisel. Tap, tap, tap. With those tools, Mary Ann carefully cut fossils out of the cliff, just as her father had shown her. Trey watched as she placed the fossils in her basket. Mary Ann and Trey sold them as souvenirs to the tourists that came by in stagecoaches to swim at the beach near their home. One day, Trey and Mary Ann discovered some very large bones. Trey growled and tried to dig the bones out. Mary Ann used her hands to brush away the loose dirt. Trey, we've discovered a monster, she declared. The bones were much too big for Trey and Mary Ann to remove by themselves. I'll go for help, Mary Ann said. You stay here, Trey. Trey barked loudly and sat down in front of the bones. He was a very good guard dog. Mary Ann ran all the way back to town and asked some grown-ups to help her. Trey and I have found something really special in the cliff, she told them. Just wait and see. When the men saw the giant rib bones in the side of the cliff, they were amazed. What a beast, they cried. Look at those sharp teeth. Is it a crocodile? One man asked. Or probably a whale. We don't know what it is, Mary Ann admitted, but we know it's something special. Don't we, Trey? Trey yipped and wagged his tail. A rich man who lived nearby heard about the sea monster. He hurried to see it for himself. I'll buy it, he cried. I'll give it to the British Museum in London. Do you know what that is? Mary Ann asked. It's called a ichthyosaur. The man told her. Ichthyosaur. That means fish lizard, he explained. It's like a dinosaur with fins. The amazing news spread about the giant fish lizard and the dog and the girl who had found it. Soon many strangers came to Lynn Rags, where Mary Ann and Trey lived. They all wanted to hunt for fossils too. The men all wore top hats. The women wore frilly bonnets. They carried pretty little umbrellas called parasols. Mary Ann shook her head and smiled. She rubbed Trey's soft ears. They watched the strangers together. They don't have the right tools, Mary Ann whispered. They are wearing the wrong kind of shoes. Aren't they silly, Trey? Trey yipped and chased his tail. Curious scientists visited the town, too. One man came from the University of Oxford. His name was William Buckland. We went to the old carpenter shop where Mary Ann and Trey sold their fossils. Can you show me where you found your ichthyosaur, young lady? He asked politely. You think you could find the exact spot again? Trey can find it, Marianne boasted. Together, Marianne and Mr. Buckland followed the little dog across the beach and up the cliff. Trey sniffed the rocks. He pulled the dirt, scratch, scratch, scratch. Suddenly, he yipped. Then he sat down. Marianne pointed. It was the exact place where she had discovered the strange fish lizard. What an intelligent dog, Mr. Buckland declared. Trey wagged his tail. Trey and Marianne continued to dig for fossils. They were very, very careful. Marianne watched for falling rocks, like her dad told her. Trey looked out for storms and high tides. Then one day, they discovered another gigantic creature. Look, Trey, Marianne cried. Is it a sea dragon? Trey sniffed the skeleton and snapped it with his teeth. The creature had a long, long neck. Its backbone was like a humped turtle shell. Instead of feet, legs, it had 4 large paddles. But it wasn't a sea dragon. Mr. Buckland called it a plesiosaur. One day, Trey and Marianne found a fossil that no one in England had ever found before. This one had huge bony wings like a bat, a long, sharp jaw. Trey growled. Looks like a gigantic flying lizard, Marianne declared. The scientists thought so too, and that's why they named it a prairie dactyl. That means lizard with legs, with wings. Over the years, Marianne and Mr. Buckland became good friends. They showed him where to find the best fossils in the town. Mr. Buckland brought books out of dinosaurs for Marianne. He brought beef bones for Trey. Marianne, with Trey on her lap, studied the books every day. When Trey's whiskers turned gray and Marianne was all grown up, they still collected fossils and sold them in the carpenter's shop. There were boxes of baskets filled with fossils on the floor and on the shelves. Some of the fossils creatures were so big they couldn't fit through the door. Sometimes children and tourists stopped in to buy fossils of ancient sand dollars or tiny fish and curly shells. Many scientists came to the shop to buy fossils too. They bought carts and wagons to haul away the really large ones. Once a German king stopped by at the shop to buy fossils for his collection, and so did the Duke of Buckingham. Trey and Marianne Anning became very famous. Today, if you go to the Natural History Museum in London, you can see the large fossils they discovered together. You can also see a famous painting of Marianne holding her fossil basket and Trey, the dog that dug for dinosaurs. Did you know that Trey and Harry look very similar? Yes, they both are white dogs with black spots. Or was it black dogs with white spots? So let's pretend that this is Trey. If Trey were digging, what would he find? Yes, a bone. Let's see if Trey can find a bone. He did. Now if this was Harry, what would he find? Yes, a brush. Good job, Harry and Trey. How would you like to have a dog like Harry and Trey? Those are some fun books we read today about dog diggers. If you want to get the dirt on more dog diggers, both from fiction and nonfiction, head over to your library and check them out through your library's online catalog. Thanks for joining us for this week's Digging Deeper segment of Get the Dirt. Remember, Digging Deeper is the theme of this summer's library reading program. If you can't get to your library so you can sign up online, there will be some great prizes out there waiting for you to be given to some readers digging deeper. See you next time. I'm going to get back to my vitamin C iodine experiment. You are welcome to help me until you have to go.